This tutorial gives you a visual overview of commercial gelato production, from prepping a hot process base to using the hot chamber and batch freezer, all the way through to extraction, with pro tips along the way. Be sure to review our gelato production guides as a companion to this video. I'm here to show you how easy it can be to create gelato that looks just like this. Let's dive in. Most gelato has a high percentage of solids, powdered or dry ingredients that help with structure and allow for warmer serving temperatures compared to ice cream. Start by combining these solids, typically sugars, non-fat milk powder, and stabilizers, then add your liquids. I follow a rule of 5. If you go over 5 grams on anything except for dextrose or stabilizers, your base will still be fine. Those two should be measured accurately, however. A little goes a long way. Not ready to measure everything in one bowl? Start with ingredients separately and work your way up. It'll save time and dishes. Blend just until smooth, no more than 1 to 2 minutes. For hot process, the mix is either first aged in the refrigerator or heated directly in the top chamber of a combination gelato machine to 80 to 85 degrees Celsius. I stopped this one at 75 degrees Celsius, which is fine depending on the stabilizer you're using. From there, it goes into the batch freezer until it reaches anywhere between -6 to -10 degrees Celsius, depending on the flavor you're making. Now, the fun part, extraction. It's easy to learn and it becomes second nature over time. Remember, you're in control. You can always pause the machine if it's going too fast. This Bravo model has a fast extraction button, great for more experienced users. Otherwise, stick with the regular turning cycle to avoid overfreezing. When adding mix-ins, you can press the gelato down. Just be sure to finish the top using the decorative method shown for a polished look. For a more artisanal presentation, gently lift and layer the gelato front to back using a spatula, just as is shown in this video. Finally, transfer the gelato to the blast freezer for a few minutes to reduce ice crystallization and set the flavor before it goes into the display case. Let's move on to cold processed gelato and sorbet next.
Strawberry sorbet is going directly into the batch freezer. Again, this is called the cold process. And you're going to switch it right to the freeze cycle. And it should be ready within, 7 to 8 minutes. The machine is on. And you'll see how quickly this freezes. You're generally looking for a temperature of -5 to -8 Celsius, depending on the flavor that you're producing. Temperature is going down. It's now at -3 Celsius. And you can see that the base is getting more frozen, it's thickening up, and it will be ready to extract shortly. Some ways to know that the gelato is done. Sometimes the machine will beep. Generally when the right temperature or dryness has been achieved, and you can put that in the settings. You can listen to the machine. The sounds are very important. You can hear that the sounds are changing. You can look at it visually. You can see that it's starting to get thicker. The freezing is starting to slow down. You never want to over freeze your gelato. You always want to extract it at the right temperature, and it's always okay to test it. You can do a quick test and open the chamber door and see what consistency it's at, but we're going to extract it here shortly. Again, noises. If you hear this noise, typically it means that the sorbet or the gelato is ready to be extracted. We're going to switch to the rotating to stop it from freezing, and then we're going to do a fast extraction. Okay, we're going to open the door. And we're going to start extracting the gelato. I'm going to do slowly at first to show you what it looks like. Perfect consistency. The door allows it to have these decorative ridges on it. And what you want to do is just take little pieces one at a time and lift up from the spatula with the spatula, just like that. Now we're going to turn it and do a fast extraction, because the longer it sits in the batch freezer, the more it's going to freeze. You don't want that. And again, you just take little pieces at a time. Okay, when there's only a little bit left, you're going to stop the machine and you have to go in manually. So you clean the door always, shut it, open the chamber. Okay. You have to be very careful cleaning the door. Lots of people drop this door if they slide it off the track. And then you can see that the chamber is mostly cleaned out at this point. The Bravo machine does an excellent job with the beater of pushing the gelato out. And again, as long as you're using a balanced recipe, the machine will do a great job freezing it for you. If your recipe is not balanced, you'll see a ton of gelato on the sides here if it overfroze. It's also important that you change out the blades regularly, generally annually, depending on how often you're using it, so that it does a good job of scraping the gelato off the sides. We're going to close this. And this goes typically into the blast freezer for a few minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, and here's fresh strawberry sorbet.
Here are some pro tips for smooth production and extraction. Always measure stabilizers and dextrose accurately. A little goes a long way. Mix your dry ingredients first before adding liquids for better consistency. Do not overblend your gelato base. 1 to 2 minutes is usually enough. Work clean. Rinse your spatula between extractions. Take your time during extraction. Pause the machine if needed. Decorate with intention. The top is what your customer sees first. And last, practice makes perfect. Repetition builds speed, confidence, and consistency. Don't forget to watch my videos on rinsing the machine in between flavors as needed. You can also use this method for cleaning the machine as well. Thanks for watching.